In this video, we're going to look at the variance of a discrete random variable. So recall that we know the term variance from our data analysis work. So when we're doing data analysis, we have this concept of the mean, which is just the sum of all of your data divided by n. And then we have the variance, which is the sum of the squares over n minus the mean squared. So it's related to the mean. Now, in the last video, we looked at the expectation of a discrete random variable, which is sort of the equivalent of the mean. And the expectation was the sum of each term multiplied by its probability. Now, we can actually come up with our variance formula in much the same way. Let's just adapt it from the variance formula for data. So what that says is add up all of the squares and divide by n. It's the average square. So we can just adapt that and call it the expected square. So what would the expected square be? Well, the expected square would be if I was to add up each of the squares multiplied by their probability. That's the expected square. And then instead of subtracting the mean, I subtract the expectation of x, all squared. Now, since we can think about this as the average square, you'll often see this written as e of x squared minus e of x, all squared. So that's our formula. Either one, they mean the same thing, is our formula for the variance of a discrete random variable. Let's have a look at how we apply it to this question that we looked at before. So the first thing we'll need is the expectation, because that's actually needed in this. And we saw in the last video that that is found by simply multiplying our probabilities by our outcomes and then adding them up. So 0.3 times 0.5 plus 0.15 times 2 plus 0.05 times 5. And in this case, it was 0.7. Okay, now the other ingredient we're going to need is the expected square, so e of x squared. So that is simply going to be each of these, but it's the probability multiplied by the outcome squared. So we don't square the probabilities, just the outcomes. So 0.3 times 0.5 squared, and then 0.15 times the outcome of 2 squared, plus 0.05 times the outcome of 5 squared. So when I do this, I get 1.925. So the variance is simply going to be the expected square minus the expectation squared. So we just key that into our calculator and we get a variance of 1.435. Now, if we think about what that means, well, it's not a particularly intuitive concept, the variance, but it is the square of the standard deviation. We don't tend to think about standard deviations of discrete random variables, but if we did, standard deviation of this is about 1.2. And so what that tells you is that while you might expect to get 0.7, you expect to be within about 1.2 of that. So it's a measure of how spread out and how variable the outcomes are, which makes sense because you expect to get something close to 50p, but occasionally you get something a long way away, but most of the time you're quite close. So that's the variance, that's the formula, and a little bit about the intuition of it. Let's apply it in this case. So here's a random variable, and we want to first find the value of k. So we've got one of these piecewise functions, a different rule for each part. So we're just going to work out first what k is. So our rule says that when x is 1, 2, and 3, the probabilities are k times x, and for 4 and 5, it's x plus 1 times k. So if we add all of these up, we have k times 1, which is k, plus k times 2, 2k, plus k times 3, and then for the 4 and 5, it's 4 plus 1 times k, so that's 5k. And then for 5, it's 5 plus 1 times k, so that's 6k. Add all of these up, and it has to equal 1. So when you add up everything on this left-hand side, you get 17k. So 17k equals 1, and that means k is 1 over 17. Okay, so let's just stick the results into a table. That's going to be useful going forwards. So the outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the probabilities are 1 over 17, that's k times x, and then k times 2, k times 3, k times 5, that was the probability here, so 5 over 17, and 6 over 17. So when I come to work out E of x, it's the sum of the outcomes multiplied by their probabilities. So it's 1 times 1 over 17, plus 2 times 2 over 17, plus 3 times 3 over 17, plus 4 times 5 over 17, plus 5 times 6 over 17. Add all of these up, and we get 64 over 17. So that is the expectation, which we could write as a decimal if we wanted, but I'm going to leave it at, actually I should leave it as exact because it asked it for it in exact form. So 64 over 17. Now we want the variance. So the first thing I'll do is work out the expectation of x squared. So that's going to be each of these squared probabilities times the probability. Sorry, each of the squared outcomes times the probability. So 1 squared times 1 over 17, plus 2 squared times 2 over 17, plus 3 squared, so that's 9 times 3 over 17, 27 over 17, 4 squared, so 16 times 5 over 17, so that's 80 over 17, and finally we've got 5 squared times 6 over 17, which is 150 over 17. Add these up, and it's 266 over 17. So the variance is the expectation of the squares, 266 over 17, minus the expectation all squared, so that's 64 over 17. Calculate that, and we get 1.47 when we round it to 3 significant figures. So there we go, that's how we use the variance. Okay, let's have a look at one more question. The random variable x has probability distribution as shown there. Now it says, given that E of x is 4.5, write down 2 equations involving p and q. Well, one equation is that the probabilities must add to 1. So it must be the case that 0.2 plus p plus 0.2 plus q plus 0.15 must equal 1. Now simplifying that, we get p plus q equals, and if I just subtract everything, all of the numbers from the left away from the 1 on the right, I get 0.45. Now I also know that the expectation is 4.5. Now what is the expectation in terms of the variables we've got? Well, it's 1 times 0.2 plus 3 times p plus 5 times 0.2, which is 1, plus 7 times q, plus 9 times 0.15, which is 1.35. And I'm told that that has to equal 4.5. So all of that is equal to 4.5. If I neaten this up, I get 3p plus 7q is equal to, and it's just going to be 4.5 minus all of the numbers I had left over. So minus 1.35, minus 1, and minus 0.2, and that's 1.95. So there's part A done. Part B, find the values of p and q. Well, this is just simultaneous equations here, so solve this however you like. I quite like to use the simultaneous equation solver function in my calculator for that. If you're not familiar with how to do that, just go to Menu, scroll down and across to our equation/function. Simultaneous equation here. How many unknowns? Well, 2 unknowns, p and q. So it's 1p plus 1q equals 0.45, and that's 3p plus 7q equals 1.95. The answers are x, well, p in our case is 0.3, and q is 0.15. So there are my answers. P is 0.3 and Q is 0.15. And you'll always get full marks. Yeah, if you do that, you're allowed to use the calculator, right? If you've just got simultaneous equations to solve, you may use the calculator and you will get full marks. Okay, what's the probability that x is greater than 4 but less than or equal to 7? Well, if it's greater than 4, it could be 5. And if less than or equal to 7, it could be 7. So 5 or 7. So that is simply 0.2 plus our value of q, which was 0.15. So that's 0.35. Finally, we want to work out the variance. Now, they've told me already for free that the expectation of x squared is 27.4. So I know that the variance of x is the expected square minus the expectation all squared. And we have all of this available to us. So they've told us that the expected square is 27.4. The expectation we knew was 4.5 because they told us earlier in the question. So I'm just going to work out 27.4 minus 4.5 squared, and the answer is 7.15. So that's the variance of a discrete random variable. Hope that was useful. I'll see you in the next video.